but good will come from it. And we see a literal carrying out of that theme with the final mission of the main game, hide and seek, taking place during a massive hurricane, one we see the ramifications of in the DLC. So maybe this theme connects all the way to the USIA and the MLO. As mentioned, Mariposa itself means butterfly. And what is a butterfly if not a symbol of growth through change? Maybe the USIA saw Los Sueños as a city that was too far gone, one that if it was to be saved, it must first be cleansed. So perhaps that's why they allowed their drugs and their experiments to leak their way into the public, perhaps accelerating the state the city or the world at large was in order to be reborn. And maybe the cohorts or the MLO was to be the first step in that. Leaders who could be molded with their goals in mind. But now it seems their dog is off the leash, and it's only a matter of time before it seeks a reckoning. One that, from what we've already seen in the game, may be set into motion. So far, this is everything I've been able to piece together about the MLO, Mariposa Lily, USIA, the drug-induced visions, I guess. And what's so cool about Ready or Not is it never sets you down and tells you this stuff. You've got to go through all the evidence, you've got to read through all the briefings. If you want to play the game as just a realistic SWAT shooter, you absolutely can. But as with everything else in this game, if you want to keep digging, there's something there. And in my opinion, that something is certainly worth digging for. I understand why some people may hear this and kind of groan, feeling it takes away from, a realistic, gritty shooter. But again, all of the supernatural stuff, all of the visions, I think they're just drug-induced psychosis. They're seeing the same things for some reason, maybe because there are USIA agents planted everywhere causing them to, but this comes from real-world things like MK Ultra and LSD experiments. And again, if you want to ignore all of that and just play a cool shooter, you certainly can. It doesn't devalue from any of the weight of the more controversial missions we've talked about up until this point. It just adds lore to a game that's already showing you those things. When it's all said and done, Ready or Not is a shooter that takes itself seriously. Through its game mechanics, through its depictions of violence, through its scenarios. And combine that with the hidden lore of the game that you've got to look hard to find, I can't think of a lot of shooters on the market right now that give such a unique and full gameplay experience. And what's really cool is the game is still being made. Stuff is still coming out for it constantly. As mentioned at the time of recording, there are 2 new missions on the way, along with a difficulty mode. I would love to see some of the stuff I talked about in this video, like more nighttime or darker missions, or having a sniper mission, or bringing back a PvP mode would be great. Could you imagine a cops versus robbers scenario in this game? That'd be awesome. But like I said, the 1.0 version just came out, and the game's about to come out on console. Even though it's been in early access and been developing for years, it really does feel like a great game that is great even while it's on its ground floor. So if you take nothing else from this video, if again, the mature and heavy topics and some of the more intense things shown, like, child endangerment or nudity are okay with you, then I can't recommend checking out this game enough. Everyone on the team has been a delight to talk to and work with, and it really seems that they have a pulse on what the community wants. I mean, heck, they even have mod support baked into the game itself. So even if you do everything in the base game and get tired of it, you can just add a bunch of community mods and keep the experience going. If I haven't made it clear enough yet, I think this game is fantastic, and I think if you're interested, you should certainly check it out. Again, it'll be linked in the description. I should also mention that in the early access stages of Ready or Not, there was an ARG for a while called the Sepulchre that, I kid you not, tied in the Yellow King and Carcosa. And it's too much for me right now. I can only take so much of this at a time. But yeah, just know that's out there. This channel, 68 Whiskey, did a really good video going through all the details of it. I'll have it linked in the description if you want to hear more about it. I think they dropped it. I don't think it applies anymore. Some of the artwork for it is some of the artwork you'll see in the game in like the Twisted Nerve houses or whatever. But of course, I couldn't not mention that. Duh. But above all else, even if you don't want to check it out, if you've just stuck around this long, I want to say thank you for doing so. I know it's been a long one. And above all else, thank you for watching. Ready or Not is such a fascinating game. It's so cool when you start playing a game, and for a while it's just like a fun shooter, and then you get these intense moments, and then you start to dig into the lore and realize you've opened a whole can of worms. It's great. I love every part of it. I hope you check it out if you're interested. It's certainly worth your time. And as mentioned earlier in the video, I am now technically a dev. That sounds weird to say, but working with some of the world building and story elements of Bellum. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it's not even in early access yet. There is a discount if you want to get in on it now, but please, before you do that, check out videos showing gameplay, talking about roadmap for the game. But if you do decide to support, that really does mean the world, and we can't tell you what that means. Thank you. It'll be linked in the description as well beneath Ready or Not, because I can promise you that game is worth your time, and I really, really hope we can make Vellum worth your time. But both projects will be linked below, and for any support you show either, thank you. Thank you to Simply Safe for sponsoring this video. I really wanted to have them as a sponsor because I thought that'd be funny to have a home security company for the video game where you bust into homes. So check them out as well. Be sure to check out what we're doing over on Wendigang. Weekly uploads over there. The views and subscribers.